this one has some affirmations and things in it, so we should probably do that for you, I feel like. Capricorn, this is your general reading for January 2023. Happy New Year, and again, happy birthday. I am a Capricorn sun. I also have, you know, a couple of different placements with Capricorn. All my major placements are cardinal placements, so but I have like Neptune and Capricorn and like Jupiter Capricorn or something shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. Thoughts of he, thoughts of she, thoughts of we. Hope that we feel like this forever. Oh, you might be second guessing something. Or you need reassurance. You need reassurance with something. All right. We're going to do it. We're just going to take the first jumper. What does Capricorn need to know? What is their advice from the Divine Circus Oracle during this time for January? Oh, cool. We came up with the one that's on the back of the cards. Guest of Honor, 22, breaking down to 4. Let's see what that one has to offer us here in this lovely book of ours. 22, breaking down to a 4. Guest of Honor. I guess that's kind of fitting considering it's your birthday. You might also not be used to me doing readings in the daytime because normally I'm working, but it's my vacation. So, you know, I take vacation every year during my birthday. It's my first week of vacation I always take. Okay, well, there are times to break free from the crowd. There are times to break free from the crowd, to stand alone, and have the courage to be the outsider. If you're brave enough to endure the times when you feel like you don't fit in, you gain a precious treasure. This is the ability to know who you really are and to learn to love that self. When you are solid in your self-esteem and your self-knowledge, the powers you have developed as an outsider, including different viewpoints and ways of understanding the world, can be brought back to the rest of the world to be shared, to create a better world for all. It's a bit like a soul version of sharing your holiday pictures with the family after a big adventure, opening up their minds to other worlds and maybe even inspiring them to take their own journey. But if you spend long enough on the outside, on the fringe of life, perhaps leaving people behind, it can take some intention and attention to change course. You might have become used to being the lone wolf or standing so apart from the crowd that there's no one else around you. That will have served a purpose, but you are invited to shift your ways now, from setting yourself apart to returning with that wisdom to share with others. It means believing you can sail straight past the security guards at the door, straight into the most deliciously wonderful party, and into the VIP room at the center. Now, what does it say now here? It's your time for acceptance at a greater level because you're safe. You've learned to accept yourself, so you'll not hand your power over to others as though their approval means more to you than your own self-possession. You can be amongst the crowd and take your rightful place there, yet still be an individual, very much at home, belonging and sharing your treasures with others, still exactly who you are in truth. The Oracle of Guest of Honor brings a message. You're going to be offered pride of place in something that matters a lot to you. Accept it. It is your time to feel as though you have been chosen and that you belong. So here's your affirmation from this one. Say the following affirmation aloud to boost the power of this message and to integrate it into your body, mind, and soul. You can say it in the morning and or evening for a few days or even a few months or just the end of your healing trick. Every door I wish to open for me does so at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I am invited to all that life has to offer, and I accept it with joy in my heart. And the artwork on this card is Carnival by Graciana Zielinska. So yeah, imagine, visualize, and feel or pretend there's a big invitation before you. It's got a big red wax seal. Oh, that's a little personal. Open it. It has your name in huge swirling letters on it. It says, you're invited. Can you feel excited about this? Happy? Will you accept the invitation? Say this aloud. I belong. I have pride of place, the place that only I can fill. I am one of a kind, and yet I belong to humanity. I'm invited to take my place at the feast of life. I accept my invitation. I will partake with relish. Let's party. So, looks like that's where you're at. Guest of honor. That's you. All right, cool. Yeah, that was really long-winded. Sorry about that. 7 minutes in and we just finished that. This is the last time I'll be using that deck for a while. So cards with the special backs. We're going to start out, we're going to do 666 spread. We're going to clarify. Ooh, one stuck. King of Pentacles, who's that? King of Pentacles stuck down on the on the table. Taurus energy. We got a Taurus. Could be you as well, but I usually read King of Pentacles as Taurus energy, stable, grounded, masculine energy, earth energy, somebody who has pride of home, hearth and home. But we're going to do a 666 spread for you here, okay? Cards have been pre-shuffled, but we're going to do it again for you right here, right now. Again, thoughts of he, thoughts of she, thoughts of we. Hope that we feel like this forever. Forever, forever, ever. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Please do check out your other placements. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm super jittery. I shouldn't have drank coffee. You know that my intentions were good. I wish I could. You might be looking to add a little bit of stability to your home space in some form, adding nature, some aspect of nature to your hearth and home after the winter period is over, or because it's winter. I'm hearing this is it over here, if you didn't already know. And I don't care if you believe in that shit or not. If you're watching tarot, you probably do believe in spirit guides and the nature. I am clairaudient and clairsentient and claircognizant. You can look up what those things are. On this side, anybody who's passed on that I know will often give me messages over here when I hear ringing. On this side are my spirit guides. I'm hearing this is it on this side. Caps. This is it. And of course, just for fairness. The reason I do that is because some people feel that it's not fair, that there's always reversals one way or another. They're like, yeah, you know, reversals. There's always reversals. Okay, so in the past, we have healing, meditation that's taken place, quiet reprisal of the situation that you were facing in the past, need for rest. I'm hearing no rest for the wicked, but you've awarded yourself rest in the past. And the need, with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, to come out of a mental prison. I think this is why the need for rest is so inherent here. Meditation, to bring yourself out of a mental prison, out of some sense of being trapped in some way, shape, or form. But it's like you're coming out of heartbreak, and this is in the past, of course, but you needed to have some time to yourself to really contemplate, to really figure out what it was, to get your bearings again, what it was that was keeping you blocked, in a sense, from moving forward. This person, if you look at it here, you know, they're not like caged in. Their feet are free. They can walk out of here anytime they want, you know? So in the reverse, it's that healing helping you to give yourself permission to come out of that mental prison. Sorry, this is gonna totally bug me, but you know, split ends. I'm not dyeing my hair. I haven't been dyeing my hair for like a year and a half. I kind of like my little cool little streaks that you can't see because the light. What else? Felt compelled to shuffle again, but I'm not going to. What else in the past for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? And again, this might not resonate. It might not resonate. Okay, well, we had two that came face down, but the Hierophant came face up. Taurus energy, there's philosophy, the use of religious and spiritual practices, maybe even of an organized nature, philosophy of a higher order. Again, we talked about permission. This is permission. Permission versus not permission. The permission to move forward in a spiritual sense. Some people really do emphasize the marriage sense in this card. Are you giving yourself permission to believe in commitment, in a higher order of commitment, that you in the past were feeling trapped and stuck, that you would never have this anymore? Coming out of heartbreak, meditating on it, being stuck in a mental prison that you're freeing yourself from, giving yourself permission to believe again. This is also organized religion, philosophies of the higher order. The keys. X will mark the place. X will mark the place. Do you see? Where you end and where I end and you begin. X will mark the place. X will mark the place. I'm seeing 1111 over there on the microwave and on the stove. X will mark the place at the parting of the ways. Like the parting of the ways, so like the parting of the Dead Sea, if we were talking about organized religion. Weird and interesting, but Taurus energy also. Remember, we had Taurus come out. Yeah, this happened during Pisces Taurus cusp season because we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. It's split by a dropping of responsibility, unburdening yourself. You're unburdening yourself of a secret. Unburdening yourself of things that are hidden. Or this Taurus individual is in the past. You're giving yourself permission to unburden yourself of something that has to do with a Pisces, or something that happened during Taurus Pisces cusp season, or around Taurus season. A secret, something that you're holding buried deep within. It's a burden. You're dropping the burden in the recent past. It has to do with healing heartbreak. Mental prison, thinking that you were never going to have the commitment of higher order. Something that you deeply believed was never going to happen again. Or something that you deeply believed. It was something deep within your gut that you were hiding, holding hidden deep within. The High Priestess is the one who descends into the underworld. J and B, duality as well here. We have the black and the white, Boaz and Joab, or Jacobin or Boaz, and I can never remember the J, but there's something deeply hidden within you, where you're not need to follow your intuition. Super huge. Regardless, there was something that you unburdened yourself of that you were keeping hidden, a secret belief about commitment, or about a burden that you took on during Taurus season or Pisces season, or during the cusp. Philosophy. You were lying to yourself. You're telling yourself a lie. Or there's self-deception here. You didn't feel there was divine right? You didn't feel you had a divine right to something? See, the crown? You lied to yourself. You didn't believe that you had divine right towards something. Self-deception. Or you knew that somebody was being dishonest with you about something. You dropped the burden. You knew that somebody was lying to you. So you just decided to let it go. In the present, Capricorn, moving forward, we move forward. We don't want to. We've healed from it, right? So we move forward. We'll clarify everything. Still X will mark the place. We still have the X here. X will mark the place. Like the parting of the ways. You parted ways with somebody as well. In the present, you've been rewarded for this with great emotional fulfillment. Your healing has helped you with this. Your healing has helped you to see the divine right that you do, that you are entitled to, that all human beings are inherently entitled to, which is great emotional fulfillment, love. All is full of love. X will mark the fucking place. X will mark the place. You might be seeing, I'm sorry, because I'm seeing this so redundantly, you might be seeing X's marked in things. And I'm not meaning like, oh, like look at this building over here is diamonds and X's and shit like that, by design. It's like I moved into this building in October, and there is an X scratched into the glass on my way down the hallway outside of the elevators. Somebody literally scratched it into, I mean, I don't live in a shitty building, but and so it was like, oh my God. And then there was like a dime on the floor, and it was like, X will mark the place. I have a picture of it, right? I think that's kind of like this, your treasure. You're moving into your treasure right now, or you have discovered through your healing your divine right to emotional fulfillment and love. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It can be, brotherly, sisterly love, friendship, community. But it's plentiful and it's beautiful. Could be marked by a rainbow. But it's due to your healing. It's through the grace of your healing that it's happening. It's through the grace of realizing that you're not actually stuck in a mental prison, that you've been holding yourself hostage through your own beliefs, that you don't actually deserve this. And that you have to give yourself permission in order to embrace it. You could be actually putting on blinders in the past, and now you're actually seeing. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Maybe it does. I guess I'm not going to resonate for everybody, right? What else? What else for Capricorn in the present? This is my favorite deck. I'm highly intuitive with this deck, and I don't normally, use Rider-Waite. So it's the backs on them. There you are. You're in your splendor. You have healed. You have freed yourself and given yourself permission to sit in your divine right as the Queen of Pentacles. This can be considered feminine earth energy, but this is ultimately, for me, the Capricorn card. Other than the Devil, this is the Capricorn card. This is finery, luxury, sitting in your home space, feeling creature comfort, creating that place of peace for yourself, surrounding yourself with the earthly pleasures that you know that you are entitled to, that you've worked hard for, nurturing environment for yourself, but giving yourself that permission to sit within your power, your divine right. You freed yourself from your mental prison. You did the healing work. And now you're sitting in your rightful throne in some regard. You might be really, really feeling that you've come into your own element here. You're feeling emotionally fulfilled. You feel that you've reached your 10 of Cups. Your cups are full. You filled your own cups. Because you filled your own cups. You filled your own cups. And when you come to the table with a full cup, it runs over and you can spill it into those of others. Your belief system is strong. I don't necessarily know that it is of an institutional nature, but there's something that has to do with philosophy here. The keys. I keep looking at the keys on the Hierophant in the past. You're really connected with the earth right now. You're really connected with yourself right now. And you're realizing your divine right to love. Self-love. You have self-love happening. Okay, well, we have 3. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Could be that your philosophies and your belief systems are kind of you're not taking passionate action towards something right now. You're hesitant with it in the reverse. You're hesitant. You're hesitant to charge towards something. Could be because you're sitting on your throne. You have filled your own cups. And so because you do understand your divine right to emotional fulfillment, that you don't necessarily feel the need to go chasing after something with fervor. The Page of Wands. You're not taking action, but you're passionately communicating. Passionately communicating about your beliefs. Passionately communicating about intuition and following your intuition, and also passionately communicating that you have dropped burdens, that you've unburdened yourself of something. This is happening in the present. That you're not taking action, that you will allow things to come to you rather than chasing after them, but that you do have a strong belief in your deservedness of those things, that your worthiness of them rather. There is a long cherished wish, a childhood wish or goal that you feel you are close to at this time. This could be something that you're communicating or that somebody else is communicating to you. You could have somebody returning from your past, or somebody communicating to you passionately from your childhood, or you could have an intuition, an inkling to move towards something that is from your childhood. The 6 of Cups is something that we have been looking at from our deep, deep past, or somebody who is emotionally beloved and cherished from our past coming back to us. It can also just be a long-held goal or wish, a beloved wish that we've had from our deep past, such as our childhood. There's intuition. You are communicating something about how intuitively you wish to move towards something that has to do with a long cherished goal from even childhood. Or somebody, alternatively, conversely, somebody that you have feelings for from your childhood. Or, flip the script, could be that somebody is passionately communicating to you these very same things. There's unburdening yourself, though. Either you're unburdening yourself of this, or somebody else is feeling that they're unburdening themselves. It's like a confession. Yeah, it's a confession. Hierophant, 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the High Priestess. It's confession. Somebody's confessing a secret. That Page of Wands energy in the present about Six of Cups energy. You don't know if you can believe it. Because that Ace of Swords is there in the reverse. You feel it's deceptive. Or they feel it's deceptive. Or their ulterior motives. That one there, that one goes there. That one goes there, that one goes there. And that goes in there. And that goes in there. This is Hardcore by, hey Google, who sings This Is Hardcore? Pulp. This is Hardcore. That goes in there, and that goes in there. There's a contract that isn't beginning or a partnership that isn't beginning. This is also Capricorn energy, but it's the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Something in the present is not beginning right away. There's slow movement because there's a feeling of deceptiveness about some type of confession. Somebody's looking at something as if there's dishonesty attached to it. And so what would normally be a partnership or people coming together under somebody else presiding over it, it's not happening because they believe that there's deception or ulterior motives attached to it. Intuitively, they're guided not to move forward with a contract because of this. I'll clarify. It's okay. This one for the present. Leo energy. So in the future, sorry, not the present. It did pop up for the present. We can add it as an addendum, which we'll do that then. Strength card. Infinity. So it is something eternal. A contract of the eternal order. Leo. There's passion linked to this. It's something that somebody feels passionate about. A passionate partnership or a partnership that they feel passionate about their feelings about the contract not starting, or passionate about their decision not to move forward with something being finalized in terms of a partnership. Or they're very there's a strong temperament here associated with the feelings of deception. Taming the inner beast with the Strength card. Leo energy. They could be fighting their will. They're fighting their will. There's a will here. Is that what it is? Strong wills. It's against their will. They would rather be entering a partnership, a business partnership, or proceeding with a contract of a higher order, the infinite order. They're disagreeing against their will because they feel it's deceptive. Their intuition is telling them that there's something that's weird about it. Or you're not proceeding with something right now because you feel there's dishonesty. It angers you. You feel that somebody's taking advantage of those childhood goals, those deep-seated goals and wishes that you have in the Six. And that goes in there, and that goes in there. This is hardcore. This is hardcore. They feel very passionate about something, but they don't want to move forward with it. Or you feel very passionate about something, but your intuition is telling you that you're being deceived, or somebody's taking advantage of things that you really, really, really want from the past. And so you are taming your inner beast to move forward by not entering into a contract at this time that you really, really want to. Cut. We're going to clarify. It's okay. We're going to clarify. You got it in the future. I don't think I need more coffee right now. But I also want to talk really fast because I don't want these to be like an hour long, because for some reason I'm not having much success with people actually viewing them. 10 of Pentacles, X will mark the place. Do you believe, Caps, that you can't have both? Because to me, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing healing, meditation in the past, the realizing your divine right to emotional fulfillment, to love, exercising self-love, working hard towards your rightful place on your throne, if you will. But it's almost like you believe you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't have legacy if you have love. You can't have wealth if you have love. You can't have success in your career if you have love. It's almost like you feel like you have to sacrifice one for the other. It's like you feel like self-sacrifice has to happen. You feel self-sacrifice has to happen. You cannot have both, one or the other. You have a feeling of one or the other. I can't have both. I don't necessarily know that that's true. But it's a deep, interesting that she's seated on her throne, deep-seated belief that it's one or the other. I can't have both. I can have this, either or, but I cannot have both. That's what you believe. That's your mental prison. Yeah. You consistently have people telling you different. Not even that. You have people who actually demonstrate to you and tell you all the time that's not true. It's not true. You can have the best of both worlds. You don't believe you can have the best of both worlds. You believe that one comes at the expense of the other. And so you will not take passionate action towards one or the other. It's like, if I want success in my career, I cannot concentrate my efforts on success in a love relationship or with emotional fulfillment, or I cannot advance my emotional fulfillment with someone if I want to concentrate on my career success. It's like you feel like you cannot devote your energy equally to both and achieve success in both. You have people telling you differently. You don't believe that you can have both. You don't believe you can have the best of both worlds. But X will mark the place. The parting of the ways, right? Interesting. But here's the thing about the X marking the place. The two intersect at one point, right? The two intersect at one point. You do realize that. Like, the parting of the ways happens, but the two intersect at one point when we're talking about an X marking the place. You're lying to yourself. It's self-deception. You don't fucking believe that you can have the best of both worlds. I can either be rich and successful and have an amazing career, or I can be with somebody and live in poverty. Or I can have an okay career, but I can never achieve ultimate success, my ultimate career goals. But you keep telling yourself. The two will never intersect. That's what you are telling yourself. So you focus on one at a time, and you never believe that you can invest fully. You don't believe that you can fully invest in both at the same time. Your energies are divided. And it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. It's like, yeah, I could take this really great job, but then I wouldn't be able to focus on, or yeah, I could be with this really great person, but then I couldn't. That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. That's a fallacy, because if you look at everybody else, there are a lot of really successful people that have really emotionally fulfilling connections. And there are a lot of people who have amazing fulfilling connections, who have great success and support for their careers. I think that you have a problem with that. Stand still. Contemplative energies, Pisces. 12. Breaking down 2, 3. You're sitting to try and gain perspective on this in the future. You might be sitting still and trying to figure out what is the best way to approach something strategically so that you can have the best of two worlds, the two worlds there. How can I achieve legacy and have my emotional fulfillment at the same time? This is a choice rather than a forced stagnancy, self-imposed. He's not tied to that post. It only looks like he is. It's like a yoga pose so that you can gain enlightenment. Just like that self-imposed mental prison up there. It's just contemplative so that you can figure out your shit. Figure out how I can have the best of both worlds. Pisces season, March. How can I have the best of both worlds? I'm going to clarify. I really, really, really want to do this in an hour or less. That would be great. Okay. So we have the Emperor in the reverse and the 5 of Rods in the reverse, or Wands. Try not to fight. Try not to have conflict while sitting in leader energy that is not necessarily, it's like warmonger energy. The Emperor in the reverse is somebody who's in leadership energy that isn't in between Pisces and Aries is Taurus season. Somebody who leads with fear. Avoiding conflict with a leader. Avoiding conflict with somebody who is sitting in leadership energy, but doesn't have a steady hand. Trying to avoid conflict. Try not to allow competing interests to rule the day. 4, 5. So we have March, April, May. There's June. No movement forward. You're holding still. Avoiding conflict. Page of Cups in the reverse. Avoiding conflict by not emotionally communicating and then not moving forward with something that you would prefer to. That has to do with your emotional fulfillment. Against your will. You're holding back on something. You're holding back to avoid conflict. You're holding back to avoid a fight. You disagree with something. You don't want to move forward. No forward progress, no movement. No change of address. There's a change of address that isn't happening for you in the future. Cancer energy. You're expecting an apology from a Cancer individual. That's not going to happen. There's anger here. Okay, overall energy. Decision time. There's a decision that's at hand here that you do have to make. You are no longer sitting at an impasse. X will mark the place. Like the parting of the ways. Interesting. Should I mark that reading? X will mark the place. Is that what we're going to call this one? X will mark the place. We might want to. No longer sitting at a fork in a road, taking the blindfold off, unfolding your hands, making a decisive, taking decisive action in a situation. You're going after something here. Even though it says no forward movement in the future. Are you going for the thing that causes the least amount of conflict after gaining perspective? Could very well be. I think this has to do with what is going to serve your highest good, because we're looking at the present line and it has that love, that emotional fulfillment right beside you in the upright. You communicating what you want, and what you want is something that's a long cherished goal. You do not want to cause conflict, and you're moving forward, making no apologies for not moving forward with something else. Might displease a leader, a boss, an employer, a father figure. But you gain perspective on something and you're going against the grain. You're choosing something that's for your highest good. Giving yourself permission to do so. Could be against your formerly held beliefs, but it's something that you had lied to yourself about in the past, or something that you feel that somebody else is being deceptive about right now or in the recent past, and taking advantage of your long-held, cherished goals about. But you're moving forward with what you believe is your highest good. It has to do with your emotional fulfillment, that 10 of Cups. In the present, you're moving forward with something, you're just not moving forward with what people would anticipate. You hit the fork in the road. This is about the fork in the road, right? Let's clarify. I'm going to use Deviant Mind to clarify. I don't read this in the reverse. I don't ever read this in the reverse. I think I've done it like once ever, and it was with Libra, because I kind of screwed up and rolled with it, as I do for Libra. Yeah. Because it's only fair, and you have to be fair in all your dealings when you're talking about Libra energy. Let's see here. It's like a little superstition of mine. Threw you the obvious, and you landed on your back. Somebody shocked you with something. Three obvious, and you flew out on your back. 9. Number 9 is important. 1143 is up. All right. Let's do it. What is our healing energy? What were you healing from? Burdens. Something you were burdening yourself with. What were you burdening yourself with, Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What were you burdening yourself with? You didn't follow your intuition on something. Something to do with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio individual with lots of feminine energy. You kept yourself in a mental prison. You had to free yourself from this. It's just like I said previous. What are you giving yourself? What is this Hierophant about? What are you giving yourself permission on? What is this of the highest order? Philosophical, religious? Is this about commitment? What is this about? What is our Hierophant telling us? 2. What do we got? 2. Our Hierophant is telling us about our beliefs about what we invest in. And how we passionately communicate that. And we've been walking on thin ice with what we invest in. We're walking on thin ice as far as how we invest our time and energy. You've been working hard and not smart. You've been putting all your energy into something. You're doing a circus act with that Page of Wands. You've been passionately communicating. But in this, it's like a skating on thin ice. You've been giving yourself permission to do that, to communicate in a passionate manner, believing that you're investing in something. Picking off the low-hanging fruit. Tell me more. Tell me more. There's something about your hands. Yeah, working too hard and not smart enough. You always believed that if you worked hard, you would get what you wanted. You didn't realize you didn't have to work so hard. But you had to heal from something that you had burdened yourself with that had to do with not following your intuition. You didn't follow your gut instinct about something, and you paid for it dearly with a broken heart. You had to rest and meditate on it and heal. Keep going. Keep going. Tell me more. No, that's too many. Tell me more. Oh, they're sticking now. Tell me more. So you unburden yourself. You decided you weren't going to put so much into it anymore. Put so much into your beliefs. Did you abandon your beliefs? You abandoned your beliefs because you thought you were lying to yourself about your beliefs? Because of this? Something that you tried to follow your intuition about? And you felt guilty about it? Something that you didn't do? King of Pentacles. Taurus energy. You abandoned your need for stability. You dropped burdens that had to do with your stability. You were working too hard. Working too hard, not smart enough. Your intuition told you. You lied to yourself about it. You felt that all you had to do was work your ass off and that everything would come to you, but that's not always the case. You're deceiving yourself about it. There's something that is a secret in your past that you're either keeping from yourself or somebody has been keeping from you. Double High Priestess energy there. Then we got a Taurus or somebody with Taurus in their chart. It's hiding for something from you. Cusp-born Pisces, Taurus. No. Yeah. No. Because in between Pisces and Taurus is Aries season. Something happened during Aries season. There was a secret. Something was kept secret. There's deception. What was it? Tell me. That is a secret. How to do with saving. So, like I told you, somebody's keeping something from you. It has to do with time, timing. Saving up the pentacles. Hoarding something. Keeping it away from you until the time was right. Tell me more. Fuck, man. Tell me more. Aries season. There you go. How to do with risk. How to do with striking out, adventurousness. I thought it was too risky. So they lie and they keep something from you until they would think it's a better time. It's got to do with home, firm foundations, a home, building a home. The four posts of a marriage bed, the firm foundations of a home. I got 2 4s there. April. Something in April. Anything else? A celebration. A celebration. There's something that they're not telling you that they have secret about, something of celebration in home. Of the home. A celebration of the home. 4 3 7 4 3. In between March and April. March, April, July. Celebration. The celebration behind your back. Or something to celebrate. There's something to celebrate that they're not telling you. I don't know who. There you go. Religious figure. Marriage. Taurus. May 3rd. Oh, it's deeply personal. Somebody doesn't want to tell you about something that happened. Or, no, I can't go there. I'm not going to go there. That's too personal. That's very personal, and I'm not going to talk about that. Something bad happened on May 3rd. It had to do with the celebration. For the purposes of your reading, though, I'm going to totally not talk about that, because that's got nothing to do with you. This is Taurus energy. This is commitment, philosophy, institutional religion. Somebody's not telling you something about something that's cause for celebration. They're saving up for it, taking the risk. Okay, present line, moving on. Somebody died on May 3rd last year. That's what this Capricorn healed from. Okay. So right now you're in a waiting period. You think that you've got this 10 of Cups, but you're being patient. You're being patient about it. You know that it's mounting. You know that it's here, but you're waiting to gather the crop. Patience. It needs a little patience. Yeah. Gathering up your resources, gathering up your stability of sound mind, understanding what your self-love really means is nurturing yourself, surrounding yourself in comfortable surroundings. Okay, Virgo energy. This is slow moving action. You're slowly moving into a space of comfort and becoming comfortable with the idea that you can have emotional stability, and slowly moving into a sense of self-love. Moving away from the need to take passionate action, but to be slow and deliberate in your movements towards emotional fulfillment, rather than feeling that everything always has to be this giant, sweeping, grand gesture. What is the communication? What is the passionate communication? It's still fiery. It's coming from a confident space, firm hand. A fiery, firm hand that understands nurturing warmth. This is a warm communication that's coming to you in the present. Something that causes you the need to sit back and evaluate decisions with the Three of Wands. Looking at your long cherished goals and wishes and dreams, you feel that you might need to walk away from something of emotional fulfillment. Like I said, yeah. You feel like, look at this. Look at this. Isn't that interesting? Either or? Yeah? Still either or. Yeah, that's what you feel like when we're clarifying your Six of Cups. You feel that you have to make a decision in between your three rods there, and that you have to walk away from something of emotional fulfillment if you go with whatever this is that's being communicated to you. Like, you can't have everything. You can't have it all. That's bullshit. Stop telling yourself that you can't have it all. People who tell themselves that they can't have it all never do get it all. That actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Yeah, he's self-governed. Sorry, you self-governed. Look at, there's you. Underfoot. You're tyrannical with yourself. Either that, or you have a boss or somebody who's, not letting you move forward with something, or ruling over you with a firm hand, yes. But, and this is Aries energy, by the way, is not moving forward with a contract with Leo, or ruling against your will that you must do something, or stating that you... I still feel like this is you. I don't know why I feel it's you. It's like you're tyrannical over yourself and controlling yourself and saying that, and scolding yourself for wanting more. Scolding yourself about the things that you've spilled over, the emotional fulfillment that you have pissed away, for lack of a better term, not allowing yourself to see what you still have, not allowing yourself to express gratitude. You're not allowing yourself to express gratitude for emotional fulfillment. You're not allowing yourself to recognize you're not allowing yourself to experience and express joy. And it's against your own will. Or somebody else isn't allowing you to. You're not allowed to feel excitement. Do you have like a father figure or something like that? Like a tyrannical father figure, a boss, or a masculine archetype in your life that is always consistently not giving you the credit where credit is due? So it's like you won't allow yourself to advance forward with something of emotional fulfillment, and it's against your own will. You can't have happiness and gratitude for what you have or what you have achieved, and you can't move forward with things that are offered to you because no, you don't deserve it. You're like, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. It's like you're shit. I guess I'm personally attached to these. Conflict. What did I fucking say? What did I say? What did I say? We're clarifying this. This is your legacy, right? Conflict, because the Lovers. I can't have legacy because I'm conflicted, because I had this coming up in the future. This is coming up in the future. It's a choice, you know. The Lovers, it's usually a choice in between two offers of emotional fulfillment, two romantic offers. But what I'm really seeing here, especially because we're clarifying this lack of legacy, I'm seeing that you're conflicted, you're experiencing conflict within yourself, that you don't believe, you still are fighting with yourself and arguing with yourself, that you cannot achieve legacy, that you cannot have both. You cannot have the love, and you cannot have the success, the financial, material, the domestic stability. You can't have domestic bliss and be in love. You argue with yourself about this all the time. You can't have both. You can't have the best of both worlds. You can't. Something always has to go wrong. There always has to be conflict. There always has to be some argument somewhere. You know, it's like you're arguing with yourself. You're doing that. You're not allowing it. Like, it's like you start off here in a really good space of giving yourself permission to love yourself, and you want to love other people. You cannot picture yourself achieving legacy. This is a lesson, is what this is. X will mark the place. Yeah, there's a parting of the ways, right? When X marks the place, it's like the song by Radiohead, where I end and you begin. X will mark the place like the parting of the ways, but an X has a place where the two converge. You can have both. You can have both. You got to start telling yourself that you can have both, because in multiple areas here, you tell yourself you can't have both. You scold yourself. Anytime that you express gratitude for something, you scold yourself. You are tyrannical over yourself. You have the devil underfoot. You lead yourself, or you have this pattern where you do not allow yourself to feel and express emotional fulfillment and enjoy anything that has to do with emotional contentment, because no, I gotta everything has to be business. It's either business or love. It can't be both at the same time. I cannot have success and be in love, or I cannot be in love and have immaterial success. I can't achieve both at the same time. That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. Sorry. I'm a workaholic. I know. You're probably, unfortunately, fuck, even here, X will mark the place. You might be somebody, I don't know, but you might be somebody who often, I don't know, this is a really sad thing, but some people are convinced that they're going to die alone, very rich and alone. And that's something that sometimes if you're a workaholic, you can control. I've said this before in a Cap reading. We often are in control of our work environments, and that's why it's easy to invest in our work environments as Capricorns, as Earth energy, because we control the outcome a lot of the time when we're investing in our work environment. Unless something comes in and sideswipes the crap out of us, we can do that. But we have to have trust in another when it comes to emotional fulfillment. And so it's often easy to avoid investing in emotional, romantic partnerships, those kinds of things, because we can trust ourselves when we move into business partnerships and when we put our energy into our work. So we will often throw ourselves into our work wholeheartedly and put everything else on the back burner because we can control that. You know what I mean? We know what the outcome is. About 90% of the time, you know that the outcome is going to be whatever you put in. You don't have to rely on many other people for your success there. Here, you're consistently on this broken record, on the same track over and over, keeps on skipping over and over. I can invest in this. I know this is going to be successful. If I invest in this, I'm going to fuck up, I'm going to fail, or it's going to fuck up, it's going to fail. Somebody's going to deceive me. Somebody's keeping things from me. I can't have both at the same time. I can't have my cake and eat it too. Well, maybe it isn't cake. Maybe you can have sweet and savory, right? It's just interesting. You keep on telling yourself you can't have the best of both worlds. And when you experience a lack of legacy or an idea that there could be lack of legacy, it's in direct conflict with the lovers. It's like, oh, I've invested some time and energy into my love life, so the result is that my legacy suffers. That's can't be true. There are many people walking around out there who have just fine legacy. Their legacy is doing just fine and they're in love. How come you don't deserve that? You do. It's your divine right. You've already told yourself that. Oh boy. This is going to be just as crazy as the Cancer reading last time. We're going to give them shit about not taking accountability for their actions. I think you need to take ownership over the fact that you're not giving yourself permission to your divine right for love. And not giving yourself not giving yourself permission to enjoy the best of both worlds and not cutting yourself slack. You know, that life isn't just about one thing or the other, and that you don't have to turn down opportunities in either realm at the expense of the other, take up opportunities in one realm at the expense of the other. Just kind of pisses me off. This one flipped, but there's two on the board. When we're gaining perspective about offers, about contracts, about beginnings when it comes to a material sense, and understanding that they're not all what they are cracked up to be. Gaining perspective that not every offer that comes out there is something that we need to say yes to. Don't be a yes man. Sometimes these things are deceptive. Sometimes it's okay to walk away, take your ball and go home. You don't necessarily need to take every single offer that comes up. It's not always going to advance you. So it's okay to say no to some things. Yeah, to protect yourself. There is an Emperor energy here in the future that comes up that you do feel that you need to be on guard from. But this could also be an Emperor energy that makes you feel that you're not a part of something, that excludes you from something. And you're avoiding conflict at all costs. Why? Tell me more. I gotta wrap this up. Why? I saw the Ace of Cups here, but I'm not gonna. Why? Because you need to make sure that you keep an even temper. You want to show that you are balanced. You want to show that you have achieved a higher sense of, you want to show an even keel. You don't want to show that you're too passionate or that you're volatile. You know what I mean? So you don't want to react. You don't want to show reaction. You don't want to show reactionary nature. You want to demonstrate your ability to be impartial. But the future comes along and you're making no apologies for it. You're not moving forward with, okay, you're not moving forward with an offer, a professional offer, because you know that there's a passionate new beginning for you and you're making no apologies for it. That passionate new beginning normally has to do with, you know, but here there's something about a warm, nurturing motherhood energy. You're making no apologies for this. You're making no apologies for the fact that you want to move forward with something that is warm and nurturing and is a new beginning, something that you're very passionate about, that you want a fresh start in. You're making no apologies for it. Tell me more. It flipped, but it did not come out. One more. For our Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I still see you there. And this is you nurturing yourself, eh? Demanding for yourself what you feel passionate most about. X will mark the place, baby. X will mark the place. You're not moving forward because you see this for yourself. You've got that beginning. You got the passionate new beginning of something that you already have over here. You have it. X will mark the place. You want the family. What is success if you have no one to share it with, I guess is the main moral of the story. Just a fate. Fuck, man. X will mark the place. Okay, well, that's it. I'm sorry. I can't. That's the name of your reading. I didn't even, I wasn't even channeling that, but that's where we're at. It's not, it's where you end, it's where I end and you begin. Yeah. Where I end and you begin. Guest of honor, right? You get to be the guest of honor. Let's pick your poetic messages here, and let's get some numbers. I'll shake the numbers right now. Okay. We've got 10, which is a beginning and an ending, where I end and you begin. 1 and 10, beginnings, endings. 12, which breaks down to a 3, 1, which is initiation, and 5, change. Transitions happening all over the place for you. 12 breaking down to 3, which is artistic, dealings, things that have to do with creation. Yeah. Let's get your poetry. I'm sorry, that makes me really stoked for you in your birthday season here. Yeah. I'm up in the clouds, and I can't look down. I've been watching. I'll take part. Where you end and where I start. Where you left me alone. Okay, yeah. Did I say connecting with nature and shit like that too? So some of these things are going to matter. Some of these things are not. Again, take what you will and leave the rest. Like with all good, amazing things that are spiritual. And again, remember, you are deserving of all good things. What is success if we have nobody to share it with? And what is an emotional family and a romantic situation if you don't have anything to share with them? You can achieve everything. You don't have to, it is not either or. Okay? Don't be a workaholic weirdo. Okay? Coming from an expert. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry that it's so long. I really tried to talk as fast as I could so that I didn't have to. And I'm sure I got really preachy because I happen to know a lot about this. Because, of course, as you know, I had to stop doing readings for a while because all I was doing was working. And, like, you know, doing laundry and things because I didn't have time to do all of these. But anyway, thanks again. Share it out, subscribe, do all the wonderful things so that I can continue to pick up on all of the wonderful stuff and have a reason to do this. Thanks again. Take care. Bye. Always, I've just got to share with you all of the beautiful, insane... Oh, wait. Whoa, there's a card over here that stuck on the table. What is it? Oh, it's where you turn down things of an emotional nature. Because you're too busy working. It's either or for you, isn't it? Yeah. So look at. There we go. There it is. There's all of it. And I talked so much and so fast, I had like 3 sips of my coffee. All right. Well, be well. Bye.